Greetings, and welcome to another brand new episode of Out the Box Talks. I am your host, Krill. I am back for another episode. Shout out to all of our viewers, all of our listeners. I feel like last week, it feel like it's been a while, right, since I've been in front of y'all. Last Friday, it was Black Friday. I didn't put out an episode, but I'm back and I'm excited to chat with the artist that I have on the show today. It is so dope to have him be a part of the platform. I've been trying to get him on the show for a minute, so look forward to the convo tonight. Before I jump into the interview, I do want to shout out a few things related to Out the Box. As you know, we have our website, Out the Box Media, where you can find access to all of our previous interviews. You just go to that website and click on the podcast shows tab or the TV shows tab, and you will get access to all of the interviews we've done since 2009, both on this YouTube channel, Out the Box TV, as well as Out the Box Talks audio podcast. Also, if you have been rocking with us and you like what we do, we have a merch store up. It's at outtheboxmedia.bigcartel.com. You got our tees like this, the Out the Box TV, Out the Box Media merch, and I'm always putting up new merch on the platform too for you to check out. We got sweaters on there, we got hoodies on there, we got snapback hats. Just that fly gear for you to rock if you support the Out the Box movement and you like what we do. Also, if you would like to donate to the platform, donations are always very much accepted. You can donate via PayPal at paypal.me/outtheboxmedia or at Cash App if you prefer to donate through Cash App, cash tag Out the Box Rep. All right. The donations go a long way, man. Like this platform, it's I don't have it in a space now where it's able to pay for itself. It's whatever money I can put up towards it is what helps it to keep going. So whatever you can support helps me to keep doing this and gives me more motivation and incentive to keep pushing forward and providing these dope interviews with some of these really quality artists in the independent hip hop scene. Also, we have a Patreon page, so if you would like to get access to exclusive interview clips, you can go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/outtheboxmedia. We have over 30 interviews up there that have not been heard by the general public. It is only if you are a Patreon subscriber. So it's only $2 a month. Is a very, very low fee. I wish I could just give it to you for a one-time fee, but the subscription model doesn't work like that. So if you would like to get access, go check it out, man. I think you'll definitely like what you have to see and hear on the platform. And if you want to get a list of the different artists that are on there, you can just go to this same link, patreon.com/outtheboxmedia, and you will see the list of the different artists that the interviews feature up there on that platform. Also, we have our if you're watching this interview on YouTube, definitely feel encouraged to subscribe to the Out the Box TV platform. I also have another YouTube channel which is called Out the Box Media, where I'm doing like regular music reviews on album reviews. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you want to get put on to like the dope new albums that come out regularly, hip hop and soul albums, you can also go over there. But if you are the type of person that likes listening to these interviews more so on the audio podcast, there's the high quality audio podcast at Out the Box Talks on Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, and wherever else you generally listen to audio podcasts, right? And of course, we have this channel, Out the Box TV, where you catch the video interviews, and you can subscribe on this channel if you haven't yet as well. All right, so I just wanted to get those things out the way. Like I said, man, I have a really dope artist on the show with me today, and I'm really excited to bring him onto the platform. He is an MC out of Chicago representing Chi-Town. Shout out to the Chicago artists, man. I feel like I've interviewed a number of Chicago artists this year on the platform, and they always have something really dope to offer. One of the things I've found common with the Chicago artists I've interviewed this year, all of them have something of substance to say in their music, right? They deliver a level of consciousness, which I really appreciate and value in hip hop. And this artist that I'm about to talk to today, this MC representing Chi-Town, is no different. He definitely has something worthy and of consciousness to say in his music, particularly with his new album that was released earlier this year, which we're going to be mainly talking about, entitled Knowledge and Power, also produced by Rashid Hadee. So yeah, man, I'm excited to bring this brother on the platform. He, like I said, he dropped this album Knowledge and Power back in April of this year. So we're going to talk about this project with him, as well as some other aspects of his career. So without further ado, I don't want to hold y'all no more. I want to welcome to our Out the Box Talks viewing and listening audience, my brother hailing from the Chi-Town, the Chicago talented MC himself, Philmore Greene. What's good, brother?
Love it. How you feeling, man? Thank you for having me.
Hey, man, I'm excited to have you on the show, man. I mean, I was talking to you earlier behind the scenes about how, it's been a while, really trying to get you on the show, and how much, I really enjoy being able to interview artists that I'm really fans of their music. This is a solid release for me. I have to admit, though, I wasn't really familiar with you prior to this album. So just to be honest, but I do want to start off by just having you kind of give even myself a little history about yourself and what got you started with even pursuing a career as an MC.
Peace. Well, it's your boy Philmore Greene. And like you just said, man, we better late than never, right? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we locked in now. But I'm an artist from the west side of Chicago, born and raised, man. And what got me inspired to do this as a career, basically the passion. It's not even like I'm doing it for, I've been doing this as of now, longer for free than I has been doing for money. You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying.
Right.
So the passion, man, the passion is what got me here. I stuck with it. I started with a bunch of people, from my sister to my home, few of my homies, and respectfully, we get grown and we do things and we branch off. But my passion for this, man, this is really my outlet. Music is something that it's therapeutic to me. I start with something that's bare, and when it's done, it's it's so rhythmic, and it's I can't even explain it, bro. But the passion is what made me pursue it. I started listening to music when I was 8 years old, real heavily. Me and my cousins used to sneak and listen to music, and I tell this story a lot, man. I tell it a lot. My aunt Diane, she had like a 3-foot box full of cassette tapes. In Chicago, we didn't have that many resources. We couldn't go outside and see LL Cool J on the block. What part of New York you from?
Oh, I'm from Brooklyn, native, yeah.
So we couldn't walk the blocks big. You know what I mean? Right. Things in that nature, man. So we had to really go dig deep. And me and my cousin Mimi, we would sit and listen to these tapes. We would sneak and listen to these tapes, from Duran Duran to Meatloaf to AC/DC and Tone Loc, all these rappers and rock and roll. She had a wide range of music, man, in that box. And we used to just listen to it and sneak when my grandmother would leave, and go to her studies. And that grew to another passion. I moved with my other cousins for 6 months, and she would freestyle. My sister Zizi, she would freestyle. She was nice with the words, and she formed a group with our homegirls from school. And I started being around that. So I already love it. She loved it. She got Wu-Tang up on her walls, and she got Wu-Tang up and Jay-Z and Big Pun. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna start rhyming with you. I wrote my first rhyme when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
It was horrible, but it's the first, So
yeah. Always the first is
always the first. That passion just started growing and growing. you know, and I got out of high school. I connected with my Off the Block brothers, you know, and my brother Shay honed me into this artist to where as though he would teach me song structure. He'd sit me down when I was 16 years old. This was before I got out of high school. He would pick me up, take me, sit me down, teach me song structure, how to put this and this there. We were only 2-tracking joints then. And then I would meet my brother iRock, who's brother with my business partner Chuck. They had this kid that was doing beats on their in-house. You know, Soul 360 was a label. They were a big label from Chicago. They used to do it back then. We're still Soul 360 Off the Block forever. So they had this kid named Truth the Beast. And me and Truth the Beast, we would connect and we developed this trust to where as though I didn't have to pay him for beats anymore.
Nice.
So I took him to my guys and Off the Block, and now Off the Block, Soul 360, we working exclusively, and they coming through the hood, they chilling on our block, and you know, stuff like that. And it was all love, man, and we grew with that. Truth, he ventured out, you know, he's doing other things now, man. That's still my brother. Me and Chuck connect. We still got that Off the Block Soul 360 bond because we working exclusively. That's my business partner, and I would go to these functions. The passion just kept growing. And I would go to these functions, man, in Chicago, rap, do all this other type of stuff. And one night, I was in my neighborhood, probably doing something, man. I'm hanging with the guys on the block, man, and a guy by the name of Jeff the Illest called. Jeff the Illest hit me, and he was like, man, I want you to do this record. You know, I went to John Marshall. I was like 15 minutes away. Marshall is in Fifth City. I'm from K-Town. So I was like, where you at? Okay, I come do it. Jeff Dillon say, okay, I'm in Fifth City. Boom. At the time when Hadee was there, you know, we went to Hadee. We recorded the joint. That's when I met Rashid Hadee. And this is like, you know, we did the joint. Shout out to DJ Timbuktu, rest in peace. He played it on WGCI. So that was my first Rashid Hadee introduction. But me and bro weren't really tight like that. We weren't really, I don't want to say not tight, but we really didn't know each other. But Jeff is a solid guy, and he put us together. And man, I'm telling the whole story how I lead up to now, but you know, it's all driven by passion, man. And I connected with Rashid. We saw each other at an event. One of my homie Saba, we saw him at his event, and connected after that, man. He gave me his number through Twitter, started hitting him, and you know, I would go over his crib every Sunday, and we would develop these records, and he would say, you know, just whatever you need in any folder on his laptop, you can rap over. Because he heard me and he developed me into what you hear now. You know what I mean? Like rap like this. You stand this far back, the mic's still gonna catch everything you're saying. He taught me these things. So I'm molded, man. I'm molded by a bunch of great guys, man. I've been behind a bunch of great guys in this music thing, and the passion, man, I'm long-winded already, but the passion what got me here, man. The passion is what got me here. That's what made me want to do this, and it just ended up as a career, man. Like, that's, to be honest, you know, everybody, you get a lot of rappers that say, well, I ain't one of these, can I curse?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, man, I ain't one of these rap niggas, and you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, you in the studio, you rhyming, you feel me? You're a rapper. Mm-hmm. You're an artist, so
right.
I'm an artist, bro, because this is art, and I take it. I'm not the cat, you know. I don't really live in the lab because this is art. You know what I mean? Like art comes off inspiration.
That's true.
So that's what it is, man. It's passion, bro. Passion. I ain't gonna stay too long on one question.
No, it comes back. It comes back full circle. Like when you say passion, you attach it to those experiences. It actually makes sense. You know, can you, like I said, man, I wasn't familiar with you prior to this album this year. So for myself, and I guess other people that may not be aware, what would you say are your 3 most impactful moments in music prior to this year?
Personal or just music?
In music.
Oh man, dog.
Like your moments, like the things that really led you to this point where you are now, that, you know, made you the artist that people know today or in 2021?
No, not personal, but you're talking about my music or just hip hop in general?
Your music.
My music.
Yeah,
okay. First recording, I never been asked this, bro. That's a great question. First, me recording my first demo. It was called Break 'Em Down. Me and my homie Starvane. I was just telling my brothers this the other day, like, you know, we rolled past the spot I did my first song in, the building. And it was a joint called Break 'Em Down. Me and my brother Starvane, we recorded it at homie J Doe crib. And that moment was so dope to me because it was my first time hearing myself on record, on wax. So I had never heard this. We took it back to the block and we played it for about, and I was 16 years old. We took it back to the block and we played it all that day. You know what I mean? And that was the first one. Second was being so close to a iconic rapper. Quick story. My brother Duke, one day he's riding down Madison Avenue. He had that 745 joint. This is back in 2003. He had that 745 joint. He's like, what, 22 at the time. So he had that 745 joint, the LI, and he riding up Madison with my homie Ike. And they meet a guy by the name, he's just in Chicago. He's a rapper, he's known. He's just in Chicago. And the story is, I wasn't with him. The story is he flagged him down. He had the same car. And they ended up connecting and he slid through our block over in K-Town. His name was Cameron Giles. Cameron, Dipset era. You know what I mean?
Yep, Cameron Giles. Like I think you gotta know Cameron from in the 90s or early 2000s to know that's but Cam,
Cam. So Cam slid through the block and he just became a Chicagoan by heart. You know what I mean? Like he said, our block reminded him of Harlem and the West Side reminded him of Harlem. And we were known for those guys to be close with Cam. So one year, Cam was here at the House of Blues. And, you know, we probably was cooling. We was chilling. We used to chill heavy back then, you know. We used to be out on the block and we was cooling. And I think it was, we was out there for too long and we lost track of time. But Cam was at the House of Blues. Cam, MOP, and CNN, I believe. Or it was just Nori. One of them, but it was a live show. Cam headlined it. So, middle of the show, me, my man Duke, Shay, Twilly Mac, we in the spot. We off the block. We in the spot. So my man Twilly Mac, he has the personality. He's the jokester. He gonna make the room laugh. But when he gonna get something, he gonna get it. You know what I mean? Like he don't care what people think. He's gonna be Twilly Mac. So we walked in the spot late. We weren't able to connect with them before the show. We walk in the spot. It's like, now we fresh coming from the neighborhood. It's about 15 of us. Twilly Mac form a line. We get through the crowd. We get straight to the front of the House of Blues stage in a packed concert, right? Middle of the show. Twilly Mac get to the front. He flagged down Cam on stage, and Cameron stopped his show. In the middle of the show, Cameron stopped his show and said, "Now get my K-Town niggas up here. Wait, put my K-Town niggas up here." And we all hopped on that motherfucker. It's Noriega standing over here. Billy Dan's little friend, you know what I mean? Like MOP, the Dips, we all on stage, man. And he stopped his show just to bring us up on that stage. And that's the second moment for me. Third, and it was kind of recent. There's plenty more, but I'm gonna go with this one. Third was Dilla Day. Dilla Day, February 7th, 20 February 7th, 2019. It was 12 degrees outside, bro. I remember how cold it was. It was Tuesday. It was 12 degrees outside in Chicago at that. So, album release party for my first album, my first official album, Chicago, a Third World City. Bro, it was 12 degrees outside in Chicago on a Tuesday night. The spot fit like 250 people. We had almost 300 people in there. That night, like it was people from all walks of life. Some people flew in for the show. It was packed, bro. Like, and that was the moment when I said, my cousin Earl, my cousin Easy, I was in the backstage. I was in the green room, and Easy, Easy, he don't give a fuck with how he say it and what he say. He came to the back. He was like, man, it's like a fucking club out there. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? My mom snuck in the building. My step-pop snuck in the building on me. Because I called my mom before every show. You know what I mean? One of my, I be, but.
No, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. Snuck in. He was like, man, it looked like a fucking club out there. It looked like a club out there. So I'm like, what? I didn't peek out. I got on stage. Hadee was already out there. It was beautiful, man. We rocked it. And that was it right there. That's what made me say, this is what I want to. This is finna be. We finna take it up another level.
That was the confirmation right there.
That was the last check for me to just say, okay, this is it. Because I expected it to be like a soft crowd, mild crowd. You know what I mean?
Right.
People scattered and shit like that. But it was like, I seen you pictures, man. It was nice. I got footage and everything. It was
nice, man. That's amazing, man. That's a feeling like no other, man. I just like from how you told the story, man. Like it just feels like it was an epic experience, man.
Yeah, so, man, it was dope.
Good that you can, remember that, and I'm pretty sure it gives you. It's one of those moments that you can go back to gain motivation from. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like it is. I still look at those pictures. I think about all those situations,
Right.
It's still heavy. It's heavy on me. So I'm running with that.
Indeed. Thank you so much for sharing. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of your previous releases. I know in 2020 you released the Survival Scroll, and in 2018 was Chicago, a Third World City. Just for folks that may not know, including myself, like just give me a brief explanation of what those two projects entailed, and kind of what they stood for as far as you saw it.
Okay, so back to my long introduction. Music is inspired. I do music from inspiration. Yeah. Chicago, a Third World City was simply for the city. It was my first approach on a lot of people. Yeah. And I had to make it an event. I made it an event. So it's one of those projects where you got to listen to it all the way through. The skits go along with the songs, and it's one whole story. And at the end, I wrap it all up in one song.
Nice.
And let you know how it ends, the story of Greene. And it was one of those, I said, man, if I'm gonna introduce myself to the people, I got Rashid Hadee on every beat. You know what I mean? Like, I have to, for one, when I'm approaching it, I put myself up with the guys that are performing in front of 20, 30,000, because I understand, like, they were once in the position that I am and they work that way. So I can do the same. So why not, humbly compete with them already? So I said, man, I got to get on the Drakes and the Coles so we put together the project. We came to the table, we formulated everything from the track listing to the story. It's one long story, man. You got to listen to it straight through. And that song was just my coming out party. That project was my coming out party, man. I knew I had to hit the people upside the head, and everybody played their roles. Everybody played their roles 110%. From the structure to the artwork. Salute to Zeph Farmby, mixing and mastering, the production, and Neek did one joint on there. So it was dope, man. It was like I had to do this because I know people was gonna listen just because I'm with Rashid Hadee, because I come in under his wing.
Right,
but,
right.
But I you know, I had to really flex. So I put together a project that was a movie. It's audio movie. You go back, go check it, man. You gotta come back and let me know what you think.
Definitely.
All the way through.
Yeah.
And, man, the Survival Scroll, that was off the times, man. That was created in 2020. That wasn't even supposed to come out. I had just got my equipment April of last year, and I created out of 10 records. I created 7 of those records in my kitchen.
Nice.
You know, I was in a different spot, but I created 7 of those records in my kitchen. I was up to like 3, 4 in the morning. You know, the refrigerator making noise. I got to stop and wait. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know how to EQ anything. So
right.
I was learning. That album was in the middle of the pandemic, and I had taught myself a skill of recording myself. Hadee walked me through how to set it up, and
nice.
Tawan Davis sent the link, and I recorded myself, bro. I wanted to. I did that, and it was beautiful, man. That's a personal project to me because I was so confined due to the times, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what it was, man. So Chicago, a third world city based on Chicago. That was the coming out party. I knew I had to come hard, so we came up with some outstanding topics, and we themed it around a project. Survival Scroll was inspired by the times, man. The COVID, the quarantine.
Right.
I taught myself a new skill, and we had to survive. Like that's why it was, you know, that's why we named it that. You know, we had a whole different name for it. But my man who was supposed to do the artwork, he had prior engagements, man. I think he was caught up by the times, and a lot of shit was closed, and he really couldn't get in his bag like he used to.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody else, my man Aofx, had to do the artwork.
Got it.
Aofx, he did it. Everybody came together, and that's what it was, man. Survival Scroll. It was dope music inspired by the times.
Yeah. You know, as you speak about artwork, I do want to talk to you about the artwork on this new album. But just thinking about artwork, like, I noticed that there's always, like, just looking at all of your albums, there's always this really interesting graphic artwork, and it always somehow seems like it has some type of message in it. You know? So we'll talk a little bit more about that moving forward. But talk to me about how this project, Knowledge and Power, came to be. Like talk about like your vision for the title, and you know, Hadee's contribution this time around. Like what made this special for him, and what, you know, made you guys want to go with this actual title.
Well, some ill shit. Knowledge and Power was supposed to come out when the quarantine first hit.
Okay.
We put that album on ice because that was done before Survival Scroll.
Okay.
Knowledge and Power was done before Survival Scroll. We had it on ice. We didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. So, you know, we didn't know if the shit was going to last a month. Okay, a month, we get back to the regular scheduled program. We can give these people this music in direct. You know what I mean? So that's what that was. And we had it on ice. Put out Survival Scroll, and it was getting long. You know, the wait. We're still in the pandemic right now. You feel me? Right. We finally came to the table and said, let's put it out, man. And when you want to get really deeper into the project, you know, Knowledge and Power, that's two things us as a people, they don't want us to have that. You know, you get knowledge. Once you learn things, you get the other. You get the power. Once you get the knowledge, you get the power. You read more, you see more. You teach yourself something new every day. You know, you get the power you get stronger.
Right.
And it's when you break it down to a literal aspect, you know, it's real. You read, you get the knowledge. Your brain is a muscle, man, and your brain gets stronger. So you get more, you can expand more. You know, if I'm making any sense.
You make total sense, man.
That's what it is, man. two things they don't want us to have. And you know, I go to the album cover, even though the album cover looks simple. My man AOFX did that one as well. He we did about 70 something edits on that from like
really?
3 a.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, the gun is too small. Make the gun bigger. Fix the tattoo on his arm. You know, erase that. Make it say that. Lean my hat this way. Put, you know, bring the, you know, we were just so detailed in that, man. And it was a great, that gave me so much respect for AOFX. And when you break down the meaning of the artwork, I'm standing there. I'm in a hoodie. Shout out to my fam at Leaders. That's a real hoodie. That's a real picture. I'm standing there. My face says it all. And the hoodie says lead, right?
Yeah.
And on one side, you got the
hand with the books.
The black hand. The black hand.
Books, yeah.
With the books. History, religion, and finances. They don't teach those in schools anymore. So that's what we need to know to get the power. You see what I'm saying? Black hand. My people, we need to get together. We need to, you know, I might sound preachy, but it's real. We need to fuck with each other more and show love. We got this mind state to where as though it's always competition and we want to compete with him. He secretly don't want to see him win because he want to be in that position. That type of shit, man. You know, you break it down, man. You know, you riding next to somebody on the E-way and they going faster. Another person look like you. Y'all right there, and he's getting up. He gonna speed up just to leave you because it's that mind state, man. We gotta get ahead of another motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's what it is. But if you hand somebody knowledge, if you hand somebody history, finance, and religion, we know who we are. We know what to do with our money, and we can get closer to that spirituality we need to get to. Yeah. And on the other side, due to the times and the history, you got the white arm. I no disrespect to white people. I got white friends that are like my brothers, but it's not a white arm. When you look at the tattoo, it says MAGA. So you spread it out. Look at that tattoo on his arm, MAGA. He's holding a gun. MAGA represents police officers, racists, Ahmaud Arbery. You know what I mean? So Breonna Taylor. You know, it's so many. Yeah, that represents that part of it, and it's showing that I'm forever in danger, and I know this, so I walk around every day with it on me. But you don't see, I walk around with it on my face, and you see it, but it's nothing to me because I know it's a harsh reality. So that is so much emotion, man. I just break it down. When I break it down, it makes more sense than just looking at it. It's a deep cover, bro.
Definitely. You know what stood out, and you spoke about it just recently, was the word lead. You know, that's on the sweater. Like, can you talk about why that word was highlighted? Like, what's the deeper meaning behind highlighting that word on you on the sweater, you know, with the animated character?
The real answer to that, it ain't really no deep answer. That's the picture I chose. Wow. It just happened that way. You know what I'm saying? My big bro Diego, he gave me the hoodie, and I told him, you know, I'm gonna do a little photo shoot in this motherfucker. The hoodie wasn't even out yet. Okay, I'll say, okay, so since you gave it to me, I'm gonna do a little photo shoot in it. You feel me? Show the love, you know. Got with my man Ishiaka, we shot that shit. We did it in like 20 minutes. And you know, that's the picture I chose.
Yeah. So it was actually a real picture, like of you posing with the sweater, and they just chose to animate it.
You go in my stories today. I actually posted the animation today. You go in my stories on Instagram, you can catch the real picture and it transforms into the artwork.
Nice. I'm gonna go check that out.
I'm gonna do it for the people right now. But yeah, man, like that's basically what it is, bro. Like, hold up.
Let me see.
I got that one.
Right. That's
that's coming next. That's a write-up. Salute to the good folks over in United Kingdom.
That's what's up.
It's coming.
Yeah, man. The love keep coming in about the album. That must feel good, man.
Check that out.
Oh yeah, that's the real one, right?
Dang,
Yeah,
yeah.
you switch to it.
Yeah, switch to it.
Got it.
Yeah. That's what it was, man.
Cool. So I want to talk about some of the music on the album, and if you've ever caught any of my previous shows, I like to go into the actual music, the subject matter, the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
So I want to start out by the second track. It's called All That I Know. But let me say this before I even jump into that. I just want to, and I wish Hadee was on. Hopefully, we get surprised by him on the platform,
Right.
to come on in. But I gotta say, like, in addition to the subject matter and all of the thought provoking topics you touch on the album, like what really makes this album to me, just as equally makes the album is the beats, right? Like
Yeah.
these beats just sound. I get the. And this is not. I don't take this as a slight or like a
No.
comparison, but
No.
like in my years of listening to somebody like Sky Zoo, one of the things that makes him stand out, in addition to him just being a dope lyricist, is his beats. And I get the same vibe that I get when I listen to a lot of his albums with this particular album. Like you get that soulful boom bap feel, and it just hits. Like the music just hits right away. And
Yeah.
that's something that I pay attention to, like even when I'm looking for artists to interview or, trying to listen to music, there's so much music that exists that it's easy for me to gloss over certain albums. But when I heard this album, like I kind of knew it right away. Like it hit right away.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to give y'all props for that.
Thank you.
Maybe if ID comes in, we could talk a little bit more about that. But the second track, All That I Know, the beat is definitely a hard beat. It's like really raw, it has like that, like I said, that boom bap feel to it. I guess this question would have been for Hadee, but maybe you could help answer it. If he has this sound on that beat where you hear like the chops, like the yeah, like I don't know if I'm doing it right, but the chops, like the vocal chops and shit.
Yeah.
Like, yo, were you with him, or like did you ever, like did he explain to you like his process for creating that beat or creating beats that sound like that? Like, what's your experience with him with that?
Man, bro, this is how Hadee and I do what we do. With that project. By the time we got up to that project, I would go over his crib on like a Saturday night. I would, we would have beers, and I would just tell him, man, just pull up a folder from 2006. Pull up a folder from 2006. It's 300 beats in there. I go through them a little bit, pull up a folder from 2010. You know what I'm saying? So he would pull up that folder, 300 beats in there. I go through there, just listen to the beats, man, like it's music. And I must have came across that one, man, and it was crazy. Like,
yeah,
bro got so many beats. I don't even know. Like, I had to ask him, like, when did you make this?
Right.
You feel me? So he got so many beats. It's ridiculous. Like it don't even make sense how many beats he got. And I just go over there, I play the beats. If I like them, I like most of them. But if I like a particular beat, I might put it in my memo pad enough for me to write to it and go record it here. Or, that's how it is. But he has this system where over the course of 10 years, he's made so many beats. He can play a beat every day for the next 10 years.
Yo, that's dope.
He can literally play one beat. When you do the math and you break down the days, he can play one beat every day, one new beat every day for the next 10 years.
That's dope, man.
And that's what I know for sure. You know what I mean? Like, I know that for sure. Like, a lot, it's producers that can do that can get in that bag. Yeah, but I know this for a fact.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful.
For a fact.
When you talked about like finding a old beat from a batch. Like, talk to me about how these beats, because like these are good beats. Like, were you the one solely responsible for selecting the beats, and were you the one that sequenced everything? Because it sounds really well sequenced as well.
I didn't sequence it at all. My business partner Chuck, my bro Chuck, he does the sequencing. He does all of the sequencing. We record, and it goes back to what I said earlier. You know, everybody batted 1,000 in their departments with Chicago, third world city. So Chuck, we record the joints and we add him on the folder. Say, here's 10 records. Here's 10 records. You take them, put them together. But I prefer to have this one as 3. So he know to move around and dance around his third one. I want this one to be like number 1. And we kind of like always agree on the intro.
Got it.
We never had to, you know, we always agreed on the intro. Like, this is it. This is the intro. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. If he bring us back a sequence that we really not feeling, we'll say, we kind of want this one to go up a little more.
Okay.
And it's like, you know, if 2 says something and 1 says another, we're going to go with the majority rules. And it's 3 of us, you know, Chuck, Hadee, myself. Hadee and Chuck think something, it's over.
Nice.
Let's go to the next. And I know I'm the artist, but it's like we're a team. It's like we developed this camaraderie and this cohesiveness with the making of the projects. Chuck know what to do, man. He get them. He sequenced a few other artist joints.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's very good with sequencing records, man. And that's what he did. Like, he did all the sequencing and the beat picking. That the other part of the question, if we're listening to beats and it's just I get that feel and I look over at Chuck and he'll give me a look, I'm like, put that in the folder. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nice.
Put that in the folder. You know, and that's what it is. So it's a collective effort, bro. It's a collective effort. Everybody bats 1,000 in their department, and you know, we working, man. We working.
That's really dope that you guys can value each other in that way and have that kind of trust to be like, yo, just a look and that's enough. Like, that's awesome, man. And it really speaks to, you know, having a team, right? Like, and the benefit of working collectively, like you say, the outcome that comes with that, man. So that's right. Great.
It's dope, man. It's a beautiful process, man. And now we're a little bit more busier from when we first started. You know, motherfuckers is calling, you know, they, you know, book for shows. It's all a blessing. So we kind of like, you know, we really got to buckle down and do what we do, you know, because
right.
We not turning down the shows if it's right. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we worked up for. So we got to learn how to still do what we do and take the busyness as it comes. You know what I mean?
Indeed. Yeah, man. Well said, man. So I want to talk to you about a lyric on that song. You have a line on there, the song All That I Know, where you say, I hate a end glorifying this life. Ghetto chicks ain't effing with you. You ain't thugging it right. What makes you despise someone who chooses to glorify the street life?
Because there's nothing to glorify. Any real cat any real cat that been out there will tell you, like, it's nothing. You see it all the time. People go to jail, you know, people go to jail and they do this for 20, 30 years. When they've been through it, what's the thing they do? When it's all over, they reach back and they tell other people this is not what it is.
Right.
But it's so much of a cycle, we can't control it. You know what I mean? Like, I've always had this thought, like, in the neighborhood I'm from, it's like a box. Everybody's inside this box, and you got go to school, somebody gonna go to jail, somebody may die, and whatever this may be. Just miscellaneous shit. You know what I mean? And you choose what side you go on. Sometimes you don't choose, it just leads you to that direction. And we don't know, because we all young as kids. It's like a lottery or some shit, man. You don't know what side of that box you're gonna end up on. So any real dude from the streets, man, he gonna tell you, you know, this ain't what you want to do. This ain't what you want to glorify. You don't want to, do this. And I know because, like, come on, man, I'm rapping, bro. Like, I'm far from the toughest guy from my neighborhood. I ain't no bitch. I ain't,
I got you.
Far from it, bro.
Yeah.
I got homies that, been on gangland and, like this is, I'm far from the toughest guy. And those dudes love my music and the content I choose to bring out. So I'm like, okay, why would I gotta reach? I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna do exactly what I want to do within this music. So, glorifying it, like, why would you want to do that, man? People take drill music from Chicago and put it up in this bubble and just want to mimic that, and a lot of them kids, man, that's their life. And it's drill rappers in New York. That's their life. That's their reality. So that's how they express themselves. But you have these people that come and don't do this type of shit. And they don't really know what everything what comes with that shit. And they want to be that falsely. So, it ain't nothing to glorify, man, because people die. When you die, you don't come back. People get 60, 70 years, they'll get 99 years. The judge would give a motherfucking 99. I got a homie I grew up with, he doing 91 years. So before he can go to the, try to get an appeal, he got to do like 60 some years. That's life, bro. So it's nothing to glorify, man. Like, it ain't nothing to me. To each his own, but that's to me. It's nothing to glorify, bro.
Nah, that's real talk, man. And I highlighted it because it's respectable. A lot of times in hip hop, that stuff kind of gets glossed over, and the fact that you highlighted it in your music to be like, yo, it ain't nothing to glorify. That's real. Like, that's real.
It ain't, it ain't nothing to glorify, man.
Indeed.
It's nothing to glorify.
So the song Beautiful Picture 3, you have a singer on there, Natasha Robinson.
My sister. Yeah.
Dope. Oh, is that your real?
No.
Oh, no, I got you. She's featured on the track, and her vocals really help to accentuate the track. Aside from, the hook where you hear her singing primarily, you even hear her ad-libbing under some of your raps. Yeah. Like, how did her overall contribution to the song come to be? Like, how did that unfold to what we hear in the actual song, the finished product?
Well, Natasha Robinson, I know her through my homegirl, Tila Robinson. She's an amazing vocalist as well. So 2010, I believe, we asked Tila, we need a vocalist. Tila can sing, but we needed another sound. And we gave her that sound, and she brought Natasha through. Natasha did Beautiful Picture 1. Fast forward 2015, we recorded Beautiful Picture 2. Who's in the lab with us chilling? My homegirl Tila. Tila gets on the record. She's on Beautiful Picture 2. So I wanted to try to keep it going. Beautiful Picture 3, I called Natasha. She came to Hadee crib, and she came up with that hook. And I was like, you know what? Let's get real melodic. I need you. I'm not going to do ad-libs. I need you to do my ad-libs. But you're not going to be saying anything. You're going to harmonize this.
Yeah, I noticed that.
You know what I mean? Some of the stuff I kind of coached her and told her to say, but a lot of that was just her filling the record. I want you to harmonize what you do. That one part when she said, amazing, classic, I stay committed. I heard that when I wrote it.
Nice.
So she brought it all to life, man. She's an amazing vocalist. She's done backup for Raekwon. She's one of the best vocalists in the city to me, man. Like, and she come through and she deliver. She's dope.
Wonderful. So if you had to define Beautiful Picture 3 in simple words, what would you say the track represents, and how does it differ from Beautiful Picture 1 and 2 for those that might not know of those tracks?
Beautiful Picture 3 really, it's like Beautiful Picture 1 and 2. They are dusk. the magic hour when everything is, all the fluorescent lights are hidden, the street lights just came on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's warm. It's warm. The street lights just came on, and you smell that summer air, but you smell the dirt from the ghetto. You know what I mean? Both of those are dusk, like the sun is going down. Is that dusk or dawn? I don't know. I get the motherfuckers mixed up, man.
I get them mixed up too.
Yeah, but it's the sun is going down, and you really, it's the summertime, and it's about to be night, but it's still day. And this is what we're doing. You might hear gunshots 5 blocks away. You know what? But we're going to continue our day because this is all we know. We're all going to be somebody with diamonds. Beautiful picture. That's beautiful picture 1 and 2. Beautiful picture 3 is that sunny morning in the summer. You know what I mean? That's what I feel when I wrote them, because that the way Hadee flipped that, it feels like a sunny morning. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful morning, and the meaning behind all of them, you know, we are the diamonds. We come from the ghetto. They point the finger at us. They call us everything under the sun, and you know, but the most successful people in this world, some of the most successful people in this world from the ghetto, man. Some form of the ghetto. So that's what it is, man. Like beautiful picture 1 and 2, dusk. Sundown, about to be night. The moon is coming. The sun is transitioning. And beautiful picture 3, that's when you first wake up. Your windows open. You hear the sounds. You hear somebody arguing outside. It's that morning in the ghetto, man. You know, that's what it feel like, man. So those are the differences. Like I see scenes when I see my music, bro.
Yeah,
so that's what it is. Those are the differences.
That explanation makes a lot of sense as I'm like thinking of the track in my head.
Yeah.
And it really sounds like a beautiful track. How far do you see this beautiful picture series going? Do you like, because I mean you're at beautiful picture 3, like is this something bigger that you have planned, that you want to see this beautiful picture series morph into, or like what's your future expectations for the beautiful picture series?
It's still debatable, you know. It's still being debated on if I should like, we don't know. Like it's
like a movie, beautiful picture.
Yeah. I got two series within my projects that just keeps on lingering. I got, you know, Nighttime Maneuvers 1, 2, and 3, and I got Beautiful Picture 1, 2, and 3. So it might be the end for Beautiful Picture 2, Beautiful Picture, but
okay.
Nighttime Maneuvers, they want me to end that, but I gotta go with what I feel, man. I don't know. We don't know. But Beautiful Picture, you never know, man. I might hear that track and it might put me in the mind of what it is, you know. So
yeah.
You never know, bro. You never know.
Hadee might hit you with another track and you like
something crazy.
It's got to be Beautiful Picture 4.
yeah, like something crazy. So you never know, bro.
You're open for the possibility.
Exactly. I'm definitely open. Definitely.
So let me say this. Probably my favorite track on the album is entitled Manage Money, Black Man.
Oh, yeah.
What inspired the subject matter for this song?
Man, bro, I had that concept in my head for about 3 years before I even wrote the record.
Wow.
I had it in my head, like real talk. I had that concept in my head for about 3 years before I even wrote the record, man. And it was like, you know, the Black Panthers gave us free lunch and they called them a gang, homie. They need us. They call, you know, that's the whole meaning of the album cover. You know, they call them a gang. Like the Black Panthers gave back to the community, but y'all label them as a gang.
Mm-hmm.
Giving back to the community, paying it forward, but still you're not gonna come try to fuck with our shit. So we gonna, at all costs, we're gonna protect what's ours and we're gonna protect our people. But they call them a gang.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I go, you know, Free Mumia, peace to Asada, you know, political prisoners. You know, try to give them peace, but this peace they'll find, you know, Black men, we need to manage money. My own mind state doing the damage to me. It goes back to, you know, that mind state, bro, like glorifying shit, you know, not glorifying it, but we idolize all of the negatives. You see what I'm saying? Like we idolize these things because that's what we know when we grow up. As we're growing up, we look at the ball players. We idolize them too, but we also see this cat that ain't never shot a ball, driving the same shit that this dude went to 4 years of college for, and got in the league. You know, he's sitting right on the floor. He know him because it's from two different worlds, but that's what it is. You know, they're right here with each other. So we see that, man, and it's like I would just want to, and a lot of people would think that was inspired by Nip. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. He was such a visionary. But I understood what he was doing. I understood Nip. But I had that thought in my head. I had that concept in my head, man, like 3 years, bro. And not the survival scroll, Knowledge and Power was done 2019.
Yeah.
So it's like I knew what it was. I knew what I wanted to say, but I didn't write the words. And I also knew I'm gonna shoot the video. I don't give a fuck how old the album gets.
Yeah.
Let me do the video. It gotta be right though.
I would definitely look forward to seeing that video, man.
Man, bro.
I think that's my favorite track on the album, hands down. I mean, there's other solid tracks, but when you listen to an album, it's just that track that hits. And for me, there's albums that I'll listen to, and there'll be that one track that grabs my attention so fully that it makes me more excited to listen to everything else on the album. That's the track that did it for me, and I mean, I was listening like in sequence of the album, but when that one came on, I was like, wow. Like, to me, that track embodies the album. Like, to me, it is in my opinion, in my humble opinion, it is the representative track of the album,
Yeah, bro. Like I agree. Yeah. I agree, man. Like that in my homegirl Story Devereaux.
Oh yeah.
I have to name drop her. She came through and went crazy on the spoken word. But she was giving it I'm giving it from a black man, and she's giving it from a black mother's perspective.
Yeah.
But she's an amazing vocalist as well. And she thought she wanted me to sing. She wanted her to sing on it. I said, nah, you gotta speak to him. And that's what she did. She got busy. Like, salute to Story Devereaux. She's amazing.
Wow. What made you say, knowing that she was a vocalist, what made you, because she doesn't do spoken word at all?
She does. She does everything.
She does everything. Yeah, what made you say, okay, this is the record you're gonna do the spoken word on, not the singing, knowing that she has a history of singing as well?
Sonically, I didn't hear vocals on it. I didn't hear vocals on that record because like what then we're really gonna take them to church. Like nothing wrong with that. Like I get wrong. But I didn't want. I kind of wanted it to be right here.
Yeah, I get you.
So instead of going all the way up here, I wanted it to be right here. From my tone to the beat to her approach, I wanted you to stay right here with me, and I wanted you to soak in everything we were saying. So I really didn't hear vocals on that record. Like that's not the one you wanted, singing on,
Right. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, speak to him.
Indeed. Let me ask you, because her message on that spoken word piece is powerful.
Yes, it is.
What do you think motivated that message of hers? Was that a conversation you had with her prior as to what you wanted her to, the direction you wanted her to go in? Like, what did she tell you motivated that direction?
I told her the concept, and she said, bro, I got it.
Nice.
It's plain and simple. I didn't tell her I didn't hear it until she came to record it.
Got it.
What I mean? I told her the concept and my vision, and she said, I got it. Send me the beat. I got it. She wrote it at home, and she came, she did her thing. Like, that's just it. Like, it ain't even, she did, she's a professional. You know what I mean?
Yes. Did you said you told her the concept? Did she at all hear your vocals first, like your verses first, or it was just straight up off the concept?
My vocals was on it. It was on it. It was on the record. Yeah, the vocals was on it. So I sent it without. I sent her the whole song. We sent her the whole song. We sent her the whole record, and we had a bunch of space at the end. And she asked me. She said she got it. Told her the concept. She asked me to how long did I needed to go? I said, man, until you feel it. Like we create this art. You can't put a limit on it, you know. Right. So I said, however much time you need, you know, whatever you need 2 minutes, 3 minutes. If it's gonna be an 8-minute track, we're gonna get it on there. You know, those who really love it gonna listen. So right. I told her she had when I work with people, vocalists, I don't do too much coaching, for lack of better words.
Okay.
Well, I'm not a vocalist, so I don't coach.
Right.
But I want them to hear it first, and I want them to give their feelings and reactions. You write what you feel to this and vibe with me. Because if I tell you what to write, it's just my vibes, man. You know what I mean? You can say it and make it sound good, but I want you to write what you feel. So I very seldomly send something to somebody that's a vocalist and give them direction. You know, sometimes people try to take it into I know this is a business, but I want the music to sound great, you know.
So I have a scenario for you that goes, you know, that kind of connects with the song title. Check this out. A person doesn't have much money. Which do you think is more important? Managing the little money they already have, or putting themselves in a position to make more money?
Managing.
Tell me why.
Because when you manage it, you flip it inevitably. You know what I mean? If you manage it, you flip it and you get more, you're doing right by it. So you're going to get more eventually. So if you manage your money, that means you're doing right by it. You're not wasting it. It's not disposable. It's you're managing your money. And if you do that, how are you going to lose?
I dig it.
You see what I'm saying? So you can only grow. You can only get more.
Yeah. You
can only get more. Like it's inevitable. So it's almost like with one comes the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, you know why I asked that's a great answer. And the reason why I asked you that question is because the song is titled Manage Money, right? Like it's not titled we need to get more money or we need to, you know, it's not even titled financial freedom. You know what I mean? Like dealing with the idea of managing money. So I wanted to get your perspective on that, but that was a great answer.
Thank you, bro. Like managing money, that's one thing we struggle with, you know, managing our money. Do we really need what we get? You know, do we need it or do we want it? Some of our parents taught us as youngins. Do we need it or do we want it? You know, what is it? So, you know, it's up to us to manage it, you know, and if we don't know how to do it, how are we going to teach our babies?
Right. Indeed.
So it is that's what it is, man. You know, you don't need financial advisors to, you know, advise you financially 100% if you know how to do it on your own.
Right.
You know, so
well said, man. So going back to the song, and you referenced it earlier in the hook, you say Black men, we need to manage money. You know, our own mind state is doing the damage to us. I know you talked about that mind state, right? Like the negative mind state, right? I want to switch this a little bit though, because obviously we got the, you know, that street mind state that may bring damage to us, right? But what about the brother that's not caught up in the streets, or, you know, may not have done, how you say, things that you would consider the typical things that would bring damage to us, right? But the brother that maybe he went to college, got a degree, and he's just trying to start his own business and really make things happen for himself, but he just can't get a break.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the politics that can hold us back at times, like what would you say is holding that brother, like what is disabling that brother's mind state? You know what I'm saying? Or holding him back. What about his mind state is holding him back?
It's still, demons come in all, shapes and forms and thoughts. And, nowadays, it's not even, it's before the cars and before the jewelry and before this glamorous lifestyle everybody wants. They see it on these.
Mm.
So they could be tied up into that.
Right.
That can hinder you so much. To where as though you're not getting things done. That could be a part of it.
Right,
everybody has things they need to. Everybody has their vices,
right?
Whether good or bad, like they have these things. Everybody has demons. Everybody has things that will hinder you.
Right.
Whether it's mental illness or something, So
right.
These are the things that can be his downfall.
Right.
Everybody's different. It could be in the same category, but it's different for everyone. You know what I mean? And that could be it. It could be if he's on the right path, for lack of better words.
Right.
It could be women. It could be sex. It could be alcohol. It could be,
vices. Yeah.
Yeah. It can come in all types of ways.
Yeah.
So everybody has something they need to manage. It could be anything, bro. It comes when it comes.
Yeah.
And everybody deals with this. I just use black men because I'm a black man and I just want to speak to my brothers, not preach, but speak. And that's what it is. Like, we need to manage money, meaning the mind state. We need to get out of that mind state of, I got to be better than you.
Yeah.
When we both can be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. I can't look at somebody and pay attention to what they doing and expect for me, to not get booked out of town and do things like that. And I gotta focus on what I need to focus on. And I'm gonna give my brother next to me the same resources if he need it. So that's what it is, man. It's like it could be vices, man, different vices from different angles.
Right. So yeah, taking a deeper look at self and things that's conflicting you.
Yeah.
I could think that makes sense, man. It's so, and it's a universal kind of understanding, right? Like,
facts.
When you sit and you just really observe what is holding you back, right?
A lot of people don't even know
the mind state that's damaging. Yeah.
And some people some people don't even pay attention to themselves.
Mm.
Some people don't know. If you hear a person, they saying, I don't know what I like. I don't know what I want to do. Tap in. You should know. You're not saying know your gift given to you. Everybody born with a gift. It may take a lifetime. It may take you 50, 60 years to find that. But you got to find out what you like for that moment. You know what I mean? Like, tap into that. That's it. Like, tap into that. Some people don't even pay attention to themselves, bro. Like, they don't know what they like. They don't know what they love. They don't know what their favorite color is, really. Simple shit. Tap into yourself. My grandma, she always said, I can talk to myself, but the problem is when I'm starting to answer myself.
Right. I've heard that before. Definitely. Yeah.
Tap into yourself, man. That's it. You just you gotta know you gotta know you, not just the vessel. You gotta know you. You gotta know who you are, what you love, and what do I want to do 10 years from now. You know, you gotta think about those things. A lot of people don't do that, sadly.
Yeah.
You know.
So the track "Follow My Lead" is another really dope track. The beat is so soulfully rich. It reminds me of, you know, that Ninth Wonder Soul Council sound. Like I said, man, you guys did a really awesome job, you know,
Thank you.
selecting the beats for this album, man. Like when did y'all realize that y'all had it? Like, you know, after going through all of these different beats and now, was it always going to be 10 tracks, or did you guys have to narrow down from, you know, from more?
We came up with 10 for a reason, you know. People attention spans. We wanted to still put out projects. At that time, I had something against EPs, man. You know, I feel like if I took this much time off and people were waiting, why would I give them 4 or 5 records? Let's give them 5 more and let's make it 10. And we chose 10 because we wanted to keep it under that 40-minute mark. Chicago, a third world city, is an hour long. That's my first joint. And we wanted to keep the ones from here on out under that 40-minute mark for different reasons. Merch, that's art, but I'm speaking like CDs, cassettes,
absolutely,
vinyl. Like we wanted to keep that under that 40-minute mark, so when we send it to the vinyl pressing companies, and it's no problems. Side A, side B, great clarity, with room left, and the listener, it's not a long listen. You know,
right?
We're giving you a nice meal. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like this where you gotta put some up for later. You can get all this, but you still the
It's
content
just to satisfy you.
Yeah.
You're not overfull. You know what I mean? Like you're satisfied. I like that.
It's hella replay value. So you're gonna come back to the same meal. It's good. It's not much, but you're gonna come back, chip away at it every time you want to do it. You know, but it's more. So less is more in that sense.
So getting back to that track, "Follow My Lead," you have a deep line on there where you say, "The truth is in the garments. You put it on and let it shape you for life," is when everything seems to be honest. Can you explain the meaning behind that lyric?
See, the crazy part about that lyric, right? The truth is in the garments. You put it on and let it shape you for life. See, it's 2 different stories on how that came together, right? The song "Follow My Lead." You know, one night Hadee and I, we were on Facebook Live, and we was drunk, bro. Like we had a few, you know, and I probably spent the night over his crib that night. I don't remember, man, but we had a few, and we were playing beats, and I said, "Fuck it, let me go on Facebook Live." The co-owner of this brand, Leaders, Chicago-based brand. So many people has worn Leaders. You know, Leaders 1354. Corey Gilkey. He hopped on the live. Like, he barely say shit. He hopped on the live while we playing the beats, and he says, "I like that beat." I still got the video on my phone. He says, "I like that beat. I like it." You know what I mean? I said, "Corey, I'm a write a song for Leaders to this beat." And that's where it came from. "Follow My Lead." You know, and when I came up with that line, "The truth is in the garments," because it's a play on the inspiration from the song, Leaders, Chicago brand. You put it on and let it shape you for life, is when everything seems to be honest. It's a double entendre from me. And the second part to the answer to that, me and my brother Keith, we go on these gym spurts at times when we just workout warriors. You know, we just working out every day. And we would joke and we would laugh. And one of the things we would say is, "The truth is in the garments." So you put on these pants, they too tight, that means your ass ain't losing weight. But if you put them on and they, you know, that means you working. So the truth is in the garments. And I'm gonna use that for my merch. You know, don't, you know, somebody out there listening, That's my line. That's my
It's in your lyrics already, man. Ain't nobody like it's already there, etched in there, man.
The truth is in the garments, and we would say that and we would laugh at it but it's some real shit. The truth is in the garments. You put it on and let it shape you for life. So that's the double entendre,
right?
From that inside joke to real life shit. You put it on and let it shape you for life is when everything seems to be honest.
Yeah,
the clothes are the honest things. One of the most honest things in our lives, man, are our clothes, because they ain't gonna lie to you. They're gonna let you know when you're getting small or big, part.
Wow. So can I tell you, I had a slightly different interpretation of it.
That's music. That's the art.
I think hearing what you had to say is valuable because I always want to know what the artist intended.
Right.
I'll give you my interpretation.
I want to hear it. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like I'm a lyric head, so like I will sit and I will really absorb a lyric. I'm just a fan of the lyrics.
Yeah.
So in me kind of reviewing the line, it sounded to me like you were dealing with the garment being this idea of giving your true self to the world, right? The garment is the exterior. So whenever anyone sees you, they're seeing the true you. So you're kind of like, it sounded like you were trying to tell people, be your true self, not outside, but outside as well. Because when you do that, that's when everything seems honest. That's when people will respect you.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting from it.
Shit, I'm gonna use that in these interviews.
How was that?
I
felt like I went too deep though.
nah, Paul. Like you didn't. It's like this art, bro. Like I put it out there for that.
Dope.
I put it out. Nas will never tell you the meaning behind Illmatic. Why? Because he wants you to go back and study.
Right.
He'll never tell you. It's not for people to know. Like people would they had this big it was this big I don't want to say debate, but it was this big thing about what's the meaning behind Childish Gambino's "This Is America" video.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? Like
people, of course. I remember the video. Yeah.
Conspiracy theorists. They came with their meanings, and this is what he said, right? This is what it meant right here. And this part of the video number at 3:05. Nah, he never came and told you the meaning behind that because he wants you to keep studying. But that's what this shit is for. Like the way you interpreted it could be totally different from somebody else's.
Yeah.
But when I break it down to you, it was something that simple, bro.
Word. But I appreciate that. Like I said, I like to know what the artist intended. Yeah. The other thing I noticed too, and I don't know if you deliberately put this in, but the word seams, like seams in clothing.
Yeah, the jeans.
Yeah, like right. Okay, so that definitely was that. Okay.
It's all double entendre, play on words.
Like jeans. Got it. Dope. Yeah. So I got that one right.
Yeah.
So on the topic of follow and lead, because that's the name of the song, Follow My Lead. But on the topic of follow and lead, how do you define a good leader and also a good follower? What characteristics should both have for genuine success?
They both go hand in hand. A good leader should be ready to put his followers on, and a good follower should ask questions. You know what I mean? Like, don't just follow, motherfucker. Don't just be content with me feeding you. You should be in the kitchen with me. You know what I'm saying? You should be watching me cook the food to give to you so you can one day cook the food and give to others.
Man, that is so well said. And you said it so simple, right? Like that was just right on point, man.
Thank you.
Indeed. The track Bolo, or B-O-L-O, I don't know how you refer to it.
Chuck sequenced and then he titled it.
Oh, nice.
He made some of the titles too.
Got it. It's such a raw boom bap song, and you have a line on there where you say, I don't care if you wash windows on the side of the expressway. Become great at that until you make $1 million, then open up businesses and put your own inside. So that line made me think about it's like it's one thing to be great at something, but it's another thing to take something you're great at and then turn it into a business that's profitable and sustainable, not only for now, but for future generations to come. What would you say is the first important step one must take to achieve that kind of success once they find out what they're great at?
The first step you must take, and I say it all the time, like, how many languages you speak?
Only one right now.
No, you don't. You speak more than one language because you know the language of media.
Yeah, that's true. That's
See
true.
what I'm saying? Like, so the first step is
that was a linear response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first step is always knowing the lingo. If I know the language, I don't know what the fuck a carburetor is. I don't know what a carburetor does. I don't know what a ball joint does. I don't know what a fucking alternator does. I don't know the lingo. But you take it to a mechanic, he knows this language. And that's the first thing he had to know. You have to know the lingo first. Because when you get in the room with these people, how are you going to progress if you don't know the language? If you don't know what a fucking, if you don't know what systolic and diastolic normal is, and you're a doctor, what do you know what to do next? You have to know the lingo. So once you know the language and the verbiage behind all of this that you want to know, that's what you need. You need to do that first. You need to study the language. So that's what it is. Like, we all speak different languages. It's just what are we speaking in?
Right.
Hadee say shit all the time. Like, he had the SP1200 and he plugged it into the interface and recorded it and all this technical producer shit. But that's a language.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's my advice, man. You got to know the language first, bro. Like, you got to, don't just jump into it, study it, and know the lingo. That's something I tell everybody. Whether it's basketball, you have to know the lingo. If you don't know the lingo, you jumping in, you're studying abroad. Right. That may take longer.
So would you equate that to, let's say you're great at something, right? Like you're really good at maybe drawing or something, or you're great at, fixing cars, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, are you saying studying the lingo is like taking it a step further and just having, like, furthering your studies on this knowledge?
Yeah.
Got it.
Because when you look at all the greats, LeBron, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was doing the shit since he was 5 years old.
Yeah.
God rest his soul, but he didn't know the business.
Right.
When he was 5, he didn't know, what the fuck subsidiaries, he didn't know what that meant. He didn't know what exclusive in the contract means, But as he got older, he wanted to take that step to branch off and do what he needed to do. So he had to know the lingo, and he get that at going along the journey, So it all comes with that. You could be great before you know what it is you're doing.
Right.
So
that makes a lot of sense, especially when we're talking about business, right? Like, going into business, it's very important to study the ins and outs and the structure and everything. So yeah, man, that's a great answer. So the next track is entitled "What's Your Motivation?" featuring Sky Zoo. I know we spoke about him a bit earlier, referenced him earlier. Where would you say you find the motivation to keep going when you're at your lowest?
Motivation is the music for me. Like, when I'm feeling like fucked up about something and I'm really not having a good day, I listen to all type of music, not just hip hop. Everybody get a chance in my tape deck. Every genre, if I like it, I like it. I play it. So I go to the music, bro. Like, I go to that music, and it could be anything. It could be whatever, just beats. But I go to music for that motivation, and whether it's driving and listening to music, whether it's just old schools. I got the vinyl player right here. I go to the music, man. It's been that way for years. I go to music, and I go watch these. I had this thing with watching videos on YouTube of big ass $500 million mansions. Because when I went to LA for the first time and did for a show, our hotel, we had to drive so far. We drove through the hills at night, and I just saw the city. And on the other side were these big ass cribs, and it just inspired me, man. And I came back home, and I would just watch these videos on YouTube, and that would just give me this inspiration. You know, another form of motivation for me is the artists that I grew up listening to, the Nas, Jay-Z's. When they drop new music, I'm inspired. I'm motivated to do. And then, most of all, I'm self-motivated. You know what I mean? I can tell myself I'm going to do this. You know, it could be me reaching out to somebody for something and they're not telling me, you know, in my head what I really want to hear. So I say, I'm going to get that anyway.
Yeah, you're going to figure it out.
I'm going to figure it out. So I'm motivated to do it. I'm a self-motivated person. I get up, I have these mental projections of myself doing these things, and I just go for it, man. So I'm self-motivated overall, you know.
That's a great place to be, man, to be self-motivated.
Yeah.
Speaking of music, though, if you had to name like your two most motivating records that you go to, like what would they be?
Two most motivating records? That's not even hard, bro.
Okay.
I would say Generational Wealth, featuring my brother Jay Ivy. Salute to him. He just got nominated for a Grammy.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah, Jay Ivy, Chicago, Jay-Z, Kanye West, John. He gave John Legend his name. Salute to him. Generational Wealth, that's on the Survival Scroll project featuring Jay Ivy and my brother Peter Jericho. Okay. And Manage Money.
Got it.
Manage Money. Like, if you don't get the gems out of Manage Money, like I don't understand.
Right. So I like that answer because you gave your records, but I was more so like the records that motivate you. That's not your records. Like, even from like, I know you said you listen to like other artists. It doesn't have to be hip hop. It could be as old as the 80s, the 70s, whatever. Like, what are those records that's like your go-to records when you're not feeling too good and you like, man, that is the one that brightens up your day?
Man, Everybody Loves the Sunshine by Roy Ayers.
Nice.
That shit was just, I wish I was in New York City that summer that came out.
Right. Wow.
He's a New York City guy. I wish I was there when that shit dropped around that time.
Shout out to Roy. I actually interviewed him years ago on this platform. So yeah, man.
Was he dope? Like what was
he was cool, man. We asked him about sampling, like, you know, how does he feel about, you know, hip hop artists sampling him, and he gave like the coolest answer. Like, he was cool with it. Like, he like it, you know, when you get a chance, go check it out. It's one of the most viewed videos that's on this channel. We did it.
I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah, no problem. I can send you the link to
yeah.
But yeah, like it even made its rounds like on blogs and stuff. This might have been like, I don't know, 7 years ago. It was out there on like, blogs and stuff. And that's dope. He was very humble, very cool, very down to earth. Like, yo, yeah, man. That's dope that you said Sunshine, man.
Congrats, bro. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah, Roy Ayers, man. Roy Ayers. Everybody Loves the Sunshine. It's just that record. Like like I said earlier, when I hear certain songs, I think of moments and scenes, scenarios. So that song speaks for itself. It's like Black people in that time, we all going through some shit, but we having the best time of our lives. Nothing matters. But right now we're drinking and doing whatever they used to do in the 70s. That's what mattered. And that's what it was. Like Roy Ayers, Everybody Loves the Sunshine. I fucking love that record to death, bro. Like, that's the record. That's like number one. T.S. Monk, Bon Bon V is just as groovy. You know, it's groovy. It's kind of cliche what I'm saying with scenes and shit like that. Frankie Beverly and Maze, Golden Time of Day, especially the end. Shining. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Chicago, a group by the name of Chicago from the 60s. The Beginnings. It's called Beginnings. That's it. That's one. Lenny Kravitz, Look at My Little Girl's Eyes, song he wrote about his daughter. I'm a guy with daughters.
Nice.
That it's so many, bro. I ain't even got in the rap bag.
Oh, that's cool. You gave me more than I expected, man.
Yeah, like it's so many.
Right. And I see where your music love lies too, like in the soul and the jazz and stuff.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
Kazu's the jazz guy.
You know, I'm glad you brought him up because like I said, he's featured on that track, What's Your Motivation?
Yeah.
What is it about somebody like Sky Zoo that motivates you as an MC?
See, before I even known Sky Zoo, I can tell he was a genuine guy. You know, I would always get these comparisons. Of course, I'll listen to him a lot coming up. You know, Cloud9, how could you resist that?
Yeah.
You know,
man, that's the record right there, man.
Yeah, like how could you resist that? You know what I mean? Like he's a fucking marksman when it comes to the pen game. You know, it's like he's such a genuine guy. He's a genuine dude, you know, and for me to be honored to go on tour with him and Elzai and just, you know, being able to tell these dudes and call these dudes my brothers are love, bro. Like it's very for that being my first run consistently, you know, that came with a lot of sacrifices. And for him to be on, you spend 30 days with somebody, you're going to get closer to them, no matter what it is.
Indeed.
You know, he's so down to earth. And, you know, my very first day meeting him, we went to the Taste of Chicago. I took him to the Taste for the first time.
Nice.
So that's something he'll remember. Like, he's a very genuine guy, man. And Sky Zoo would always be, you know, one I hold up here.
Nice.
Over anybody, you know what I mean? Not, you know, that's close to me with this shit, you know. So he's a very genuine guy, man. He's genuine. One of the realest cats in this shit. Real talk.
Definitely. You know, I wish Hadee was here. I wanted to ask him this question, but I'll ask you and maybe you could answer it. Okay. On that same track, What's Your Motivation? I noticed that there's a beat change up when Sky Zoo comes in.
Yeah.
Like what was what do you think was the reason for the beat change up? Like he could have simply just rocked on the same vibe that you were rocking, the same instrumental vibe, but it switches up for him.
Honestly, bro, that's a question for me because
okay.
Rashid was totally against that.
Really?
Yeah. He was totally against that, bro.
Well, I asked it. Yeah.
Nah, he was against that. He to be honest, and I had to tell Sky, I was like, we changed the beat. Sky loves to rap over the OG beat because that's what he wrote it to. But that beat wasn't like, it wasn't fitting because, you know, we had just came from the Taste. It was fucking 11:30 at night, 12. We had been, you know, we were having a good time that day. We were full. He was in there dancing and shit, you know, shaking hands, kissing babies. He was, you know, we went back to the lab and it was like we were kind of burnt out. And I had to come back and listen to it. And I said, nah, this needs another beat. I think it could be stronger than that, you know. And Hadee, he was like, man, nothing wrong with this one. But I was like, you know, like I said earlier, if the three of us say something, two say one thing, and, you know, majority rules.
Right.
Chuck agreed. So we changed the beat. We went through a ton of joints with the same BPM. And this is behind the scenes shit people really don't tell.
Right.
You know, we matched up the BPMs, and I even said it. I'm like, man, because when you really listen to the track, Sky Zoo's talking about Biggie.
Okay.
Listen to his verse. he's talking about Notorious Big. So I'm like, okay, I'm this dude out of K-Town. I'm from Chicago. He's from Brooklyn. I'm on my way up in this shit. He chose to rhyme about a guy who he lived right down the street from.
Right,
you know
right.
Yeah. It just so happened to be one of the most controversial, one of artists to ever grace music, make music. So, man, bro, like he rapped about Big, so he couldn't, out of respect, I chose to change that beat. And if he rapping about really the ghost of Biggie, I wanted the beat to be hard, but a little spooky. If you go back and listen to it, it'll make more sense.
No, yeah, definitely. So let me ask you something. You said Hadee didn't want to change it up, like because you're doing a good job kind of explaining what you wanted the beat to sound like. So what was the process like for you guys to? Did he go back and like craft it specifically?
He didn't make the beats. These are beats. He has a shit.
You were able to find something that fit that vibe.
We're going matching BPMs through the folders, bro.
Got it.
Hadee and myself.
Matching BPMs and folders.
We going through beats like he got a beats for days. Like fuck, you know how to make it. Oh, you thought he made it? Nah.
Yeah, because when you said you wanted it to sound a certain way. But no, that makes sense. When you say he got a beat for every day for mad years from now, like that makes sense.
No. Yeah, like
it's like you gotta do shopping, like beat shopping.
Yeah, we went through folders, crazy folders, just trying to find. We came up with so much shit. We like, nah, that one don't. It don't fit. It don't fit. Just going down the list. He set it up some crazy way to where the beat was playing and it was looping. And we were able to just press the down button and the beat would change.
Wow. What is that experience like? Because I could only imagine that as fun as it may seem, it may also be a little taxing, right? You're literally having to listen through until you just get that sound that you're looking for. How were you able to get through that?
Oh, man, it was a tedious process, but it was also fun. Simply because once you finally get it and you hear that joint and everybody look at each other, that's what it was. Like we knew. And it wasn't like, it's not like Hadee's like was against it, like, defensive. He's like, man, to me, shit, it sound good. But if y'all want to, y'all want to change it, we can do that. And that's what it was. We both agreed that, two people agreed it should be changed and let's switch it up. And we did. And I think it came out the best version of itself.
Yeah. Dope.
So that shit was dope like that. But when I do listen to it, and I'm going to admit this on camera, I wish I would have rhymed over that beat. If I can go back and change it one more time, I would use that same beat Sky rapped over throughout the whole shit.
Oh, I hear you.
But it's dope. It's dope. I love it.
I like both. Both different sounds. I gotta definitely shout out Hadee because Bed-Stuy is Burning, which is the single that he produced for Sky. Is I mean, in addition to the Manage Money track, that track to me might be one of the best tracks I've heard this entire year. The Bed-Stuy is Burning track. Like, when I heard it immediately, I just was like, this is a huge record. Like, it just feels big, and they got the ensemble that's playing on the song.
Yeah, Chicago heavy.
Like Hadee, man, big ups to you, brother. Like you are extremely gifted, man.
I'm not gonna explain. I'm not gonna even get into how that came about because now he not on this interview, so y'all gonna have to do y'all own.
Yeah, I know, definitely, yeah. But I just wanted to shout him out on that. Like, I didn't even think of saying that. It just came impromptu. Like as we were talking about Sky Zoo and stuff.
No. I ain't saying it like that, but shit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in my head as you saying it, like, should I tell how that beat came about? And I was like, nah, I'm gonna wait for bro to get on here and do it. Y'all do it, and he gonna tell you how that, because it's a crazy story.
Oh, really?
Sky Zoo chose that beat.
Got it. All right, we'll hold off for that.
We'll hold off on that one.
Yeah, thank you, man. So I want to ask you this. The track, the song Code Name Sharpshooter.
Mm-hmm.
You say, if you the brokest, you the lowest. But make a mill, the next day everybody know it. And those words made me think about how you could be grinding for years and people who already know you would not support you.
Yeah.
But the minute you come up on some money or you gain even some popularity, that's when those same folks come out of the woodworks to give the support. Like, what is it about the human mindset that would ignore the process that an individual goes through and only give recognition or props to the reward? So they ignore the process, but they give props to the reward. What creates that mindset? I feel like that's a human thing. You know what I mean? That we a lot. And I hear it. I hear people tell stories about this so much. You know, it's something that I see. You know,
right.
Yeah. Like what would you say to that? Like what creates that mindset?
The human. I mean, the end result, the success looks better than the journey. It's more sexier than the journey. You know, when you look at the luxurious shit, you know, what money can bring, it looks much more extravagant and it's more sexier than the sleeping on the floors and being tapped out, you know, splitting pizza slices with your homie. You see what I'm saying? Like it's more beautiful, it's more beautiful, it's more appealing than the journey to get there. The instant gratification is something within itself, to where as though, you know, it's just like a bad habit that people really don't have. You know what I'm saying? Like you love this, but you really, it's bad for you. You know, people want the instant gratification. So that's the mindset. It's what we see.
Yeah.
It's what's around us. It's what's being driven towards us through propaganda and all that type of shit. That's what it is, man. It's that instant gratification.
Right.
It's a sickness that people have. And that's what it is. You know, that is crazy.
Yeah. Cause you know, like they could literally see your success too, you know, like, but the only thing is that your success is not being applauded, or there's not this huge dollar amount to your success. So they'll see it, but only when a bunch of people come on board, they're now willing to applaud it, which is kind of difficult, to understand.
People want to skip the steps, man. I was just telling Chuck just yesterday, you know, we were having a conversation. I said a lot of these cats are content with looking like a rapper opposed to doing what they need to do to become an artist.
Interesting.
People are content with buying the designer and renting the car, the same shit this dude worked his ass off for 20 years to get. People will look content with looking the part, but not putting the work in to do and get those things and be that. They want to look like the rapper, and they don't want to. They're cool with looking like a rapper, you know, buying the things and doing all this shit and posting it up, looking like you have that lifestyle, but don't want to put the work in. But they are rappers,
right?
They don't want to put the work in. They're just content with looking that way,
right?
And that you know, I don't agree with it because I'm putting in the work,
right.
But who the fuck am I to, you know, tell a motherfucker to go buy $20,000 of shoes? If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But the moment you listen to Manage Money, I hope you learn from it, you know, and that snap it out of you, you know. So that's what it is. I'm just a dude that's speaking my mind, bro.
I could dig it, man.
Yeah.
So we're near close of 2021, and if you had to take a reflect back on the year, what would you say has been your most difficult experience or biggest challenge musically, as well as your greatest reward?
Uh,
Just
my,
within this year.
my biggest challenge musically, I would say, is, and these answers tie into each other.
Mhm.
Um, my biggest challenge musically is keeping that balance, and staying on top of everything when the greatest reward comes. Means the shows, going out of town, people want to, do records, managing all of that stuff, and still being able to keep the balance and keep those records going on the wall, getting done with the album, getting to the next one. That's what it is, man. Keeping the balance. That's my biggest challenge. And I'm not the person to come on. I just keep it a buck, man. I'm not gonna play like I got everything under control, but I'm struggling with balance, and it's like, because it's a lot and it's new, and it's just coming upon me, So the first year of everything is always gonna be tough, whether it's relationships, entrepreneurship, whatever. Your first year of that is gonna be tough because you really don't know. You're
Right,
still
right.
learning the lingo. So that's what it is, man. Trying to find that balance between family, music, staying on top of music, keeping your sword sharp. But the greatest reward is, you know, uh, getting the name, building, just building, man. Like I've been blessed to perform in damn near all of 50 states, almost. So if not all of them, at least late 30s, you know, not even the cities. Like, it's been so many cities, but it's just like, man, bro, I have to know that it's people out there that would love to be where I am right now. And I just feel like, I'm just doing what I need to do. If everybody do what they need to do, it's nobody will be able to tell me, man, I love what you're doing.
Mm,
You see what I'm saying?
mm.
Like, a person came up to me and told me, like, man, I love what you're doing. And my response was, man, I don't even know what I'm doing. What the fuck am I doing? That's, I put myself in positions. We do what we need to do. We make decisions. We put the plays together and we get in these rooms. The world is one big network, bro. So I'm just moving up in the network ladder.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, bro. So I'm able to be on first name basis with Large Pro and meet Pharoah Monch and all these legendary cats, man. It's a blessing, man. Like, it's what it is. So that's the reward. That's the biggest thing for the music, is me moving up in that network ladder. And it's like, I'm not taking that for granted. But on the other side of that is balance, man. I'm weighing and I'm doing it, but it's like, I gotta get used to it, because it's only gonna get even heavier.
Yeah, that makes sense, man.
Yeah.
So, let me just first say thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. I know I had you for a little longer than an hour.
No, we
Probably
good,
like
bro. We good.
4 hours. So I appreciate your time, brother.
Great
Um,
conversation.
indeed, indeed. I I want to ask you in closing, like, what's would you say is next for you musically? Do you have any plans for another record with Rashid Hadee coming soon, or is there another solo album coming in 2022? I know we're closing
Yeah,
out here, but yeah, like, let the folks know what's next in store.
man. Next solo album. Uh, I don't know if people gonna zoom in on that shit, but that's, we got some. I don't know if you can read that, but
Yeah,
we got a few hits. Got
but
a
I
few
get
hits.
the picture.
Huh?
I said I can't see it, but I get the picture. I
Yeah,
can tell that you have it organized there. Yeah.
yeah, man. Like, that's my next solo joint. Uh, and the way I work, man, the way we do shit, man, that might not even be the next solo joint, man. Like,
Okay.
because the next joint with Hadee, fully produced by Hadee, that's if we want to put those records together, that's done.
Got
You
it.
see what I'm saying? So, but like, that's just the next one I want to come out. It
Got
might
it.
not happen that way, but that's the next one I want to come out. When me and Hadee do more records, yeah, we got my next solo joint with him, fully produced. Those songs are damn near already in the can, done. But we're actually going to work on a project together where he's rhyming and I'm rhyming.
Nice.
So yeah, he's don't just think he's a producer. He get busy. Like he'll kick you in your ass on the track if you sleep on him. You know what I mean? So that's coming into fruition. We're in the beginning stages of that.
Do you have any titles laid out or anything you want to say yet, or holding back?
It's no title. Like I came up with a title, but I don't think we're gonna use it. But it's no title yet, bro. It's no title. And he just said it when we were in Dallas. Like, man, I got all these ideas. Once we do it, I got a bunch of ideas. Like, we got ideas, but once we sit down, like, and get finish the joints that are in line that we're already finishing up first. Mm-hmm. Once we finish those, the record I got with my brother Peter Jericho, The Allure, The Chase. He's a phenomenal vocalist. He's singing.
Shout out to him. Yeah, he's on one of the songs on the album.
Yeah. He's on Follow My Lead. We got a project together. He's on the vocals. I'm on the rhymes. We got that. That's in the last stages of post production, and that's coming out. Then when we get done mixing that, Hadee and I, we're gonna get right into our shit.
Nice.
So that's gonna be nice. That's 2022. And I ain't gonna say the next one yet, but we definitely gonna do an interview when that happens. You know, it's in the talks. A nice producer. Nice. I ain't gonna say no names because I ain't gonna spoil it. You know what I'm saying? But when it happens, it's in the universe. He said it. When it happens, we gonna get on the show and we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna talk about that one.
Hey man, I'm looking forward to it, man. Keep me in the loop.
And shows, shows. Shows, bro. Like, definitely plan on coming out to New York.
Right.
You want to show, you got to be in the building.
Yes.
People. Definitely plan on coming out to New York, Detroit, and everywhere else, man. We want to get overseas. We trying to get the world, bro.
I love it. I love
the world.
Keeping it moving, man.
Yeah.
It's a blessing that you're able to still keep it moving, you know, in light of this, you know, dealing with this pandemic or this level of the pandemic that we're on, man. Because, you know, a lot of artists have been affected as far as scores and stuff, you know. But yeah, man, it's been such a pleasure talking to you, man. I wish you all the best, continued success, man.
Likewise.
Keep doing your thing. Keep putting that consciousness in your music and that soul and that boom bap. Like, it's definitely felt, man. Like, I look forward to all the new music that you have coming out. And I'm definitely go back and check out some of the previous records too.
City, you gotta listen to it all the way through. Let me know what you think.
Yes. Like, yeah, definitely, man. I'm gonna go check that out. And yeah, man, hopefully we get Hadee the next time. But listen, man, much success to you. To all of our viewers, all of our listeners, I thank y'all for tuning in to the platform. It means everything to me, man. We finished episode 96, so we got about 4 more episodes before the year's up to get to that 100th episode.
Sure. One of them gonna be Rashid. But success to you too, bro.
Word. So yeah, hopefully we'll see. So definitely continue to check for us, man. Every Friday a new episode. Make sure y'all subscribe to the platform, become a Patreon subscriber if you want to get access to exclusive interview clips. And yeah, man, till next episode, man, next interview, I want to say peace, love, and light. Y'all stay focused, stay healthy, stay safe. We are out of here. Peace.